February 15th, 1978. Muhammad Ali lost his heavyweight title to Leon Spinks in one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. For 34 years, everyone thought Ali had simply gotten old, gotten slow, gotten beaten by a younger, hungrier fighter. Then, in 2012, on his deathbed, Angelo Dundee told the truth. Ali threw the fight on purpose, and the reason why exposed one of the most calculated financial schemes in sports history. Las Vegas, Nevada, the Hilton Hotel. Muhammad Ali, 36 years old, defending his heavyweight championship for the 10th time. His opponent, Leon Spinks, 24 years old, with only 7 professional fights. 7 wins, but still only 7 total fights. The odds makers had Ali as a 10-to-1 favorite. Nobody gave Spinks a chance. But what nobody knew was that the fight was already decided before the first bell rang. Not because it was fixed in the traditional sense. There was no mob money, no threats, no corruption. It was something more calculated, more deliberate, and ultimately more profitable. Ali had made a deal with his promoter Don King to lose the first fight so they could make 3 times as much money on the rematch. The plan was simple and brilliant. Let Spinks win the first fight, make it look competitive, but let the young fighter take the title. The boxing world would be shocked. The rematch would become mandatory, immediate, and massive. Ali, coming back to reclaim his title from the underdog who'd shocked the world, would command the biggest payday of his career. Everyone would watch. Everyone would pay. And it worked exactly as planned. But let's start at the beginning, 3 months before the fight, when the scheme was first conceived. November 1977. Ali was broke. Again. Despite earning over $60 million in his career, bad investments, expensive divorces, supporting dozens of family members, and IRS tax debt had left him desperate for money. His skills were declining. He knew he probably had 1, maybe 2 more big paydays left in his career before age and damage caught up with him completely. Don King, the most powerful boxing promoter in the world, came to Ali with a proposition. They were sitting in Ali's hotel room in New York, going over finances, when King laid out the plan. "Champ, I can get you maybe $3 million to fight Spinks," King said. "Maybe $4 million if we're lucky. One-time payday, then you retire and that's it." "That's not enough," Ali said. "I need more than that." "I know," King said, leaning forward. "That's why I have a different idea. What if you fight Spinks twice?" "Why would I fight him twice? I'll beat him the first time." "Exactly," King said, smiling. "Unless you don't." Ali stared at him. "You want me to lose on purpose?" "I want you to lose strategically," King corrected. "Think about it. You're Muhammad Ali. You're not supposed to lose to someone like Leon Spinks, a kid with 7 fights. If you lose, it's the biggest upset since you beat Sonny Liston. The whole world will be talking about it. And then, when you fight the rematch to get your title back, we can charge whatever we want. $10 million, $15 million. Everyone will pay to see Ali reclaim his crown one last time." And it worked exactly as planned. But let's start at the beginning, 3 months before the fight, when the scheme was first conceived.
"That's cheating," Ali said. "No, champ, it's business," King said. "Boxing is entertainment. We're entertaining the people, making money, and you walk away set for life. Nobody gets hurt. Spinks gets to be heavyweight champion for a few months, which is good for his career. You get your title back and retire as champion. Everybody wins." Ali thought about it. The fighter in him hated the idea. Muhammad Ali didn't lose on purpose. Muhammad Ali was the greatest. But the businessman in him, the man with tax debts and family obligations and bills piling up, saw the logic. "How much are we talking about for the rematch?" Ali asked. "Conservative estimate? $8 million for you," King said. "Possibly more. Plus, we control the terms. We pick when, where, and under what conditions you fight. We make sure you can win." "And if people find out?" "They won't," King said, "because you're going to make it look real. You're not going to take a dive. You're not going to quit. You're going to fight, you're going to make it competitive, but you're going to fight just poorly enough that Spinks wins a decision. Nobody will question it. They'll just think you got old. Ali was silent for a long moment. Then he asked a question that would define the next 7 months. Does Angelo know? Not yet, King said, but he'll have to. We can't pull this off without him. The meeting with Angelo Dundee happened 2 days later. Dundee, Ali's trainer since 1960, the man who'd been in his corner for every major fight of his career, was horrified when he heard the plan. Absolutely not, Dundee said. I won't be part of this. Ali, you're talking about throwing a fight. Do you understand what that means? Angelo, I need the money, Ali said quietly. Then fight hard and win. Take your payday and retire as champion. $3 million isn't enough, Ali said. This way I can make $15 million total across both fights. I can take care of my family, I can pay off my debts, and I still retire as champion, just 7 months later instead of now. Dundee argued for hours, but eventually he agreed on one condition. If at any point during the fight Ali was in real danger, if Spinks started really hurting him, Dundee would stop the fight and tell the truth. Ali agreed. The next 3 months were spent carefully crafting the performance. Ali trained, but not at his usual intensity. He stayed in decent shape, but not peak condition. He worked on looking competitive while building in specific weaknesses that Spinks could exploit. You're going to drop your left hand 40, maybe 50 times during the fight, Dundee told him during training. Every time you do it, Spinks gets a free shot. Do it enough and the judges will score those rounds for him. Won't people notice I'm dropping my guard? Ali asked. People will notice you're fighting sloppy, Dundee said. They'll say you're old, you're tired, you're not the same Ali, which is exactly what we want them to say. They also studied Spinks carefully. The young fighter was raw but aggressive, with a relentless attacking style. If Ali fought defensively, covered up, let Spinks throw punches without mounting much offense, Spinks could win rounds simply on activity and aggression. You're going to let him outwork you, not knock you out, not hurt you badly, just outwork you over 15 rounds. Make the judges think he earned it. February 15th, 1978, Fight Night. The Hilton Hotel was packed with 5,500 people, millions more watching on television. The betting line had shifted slightly. Ali was now an 8-1 favorite instead of 10-1 because some smart money had noticed Ali looked oddly unmotivated in the build-up to the fight. In the dressing room before the fight, Dundee pulled Ali aside. Last chance to change your mind. We can go out there and fight for real, win this thing legitimately. Ali shook his head. We made a deal. Let's stick to it. The fight began, and for anyone watching carefully, something was immediately wrong with Muhammad Ali. His footwork was flat, his jab had no snap, his defense was porous. He was dropping his left hand constantly, just as planned, giving Spinks openings to land punches. By round 3, the television announcers were commenting on it. Ali looks sluggish tonight. He's not moving like we're used to seeing him. Spinks is landing punches Ali would normally slip easily.
Spinks, for his part, thought he was having the fight of his life. He had no idea the openings he was exploiting were being deliberately given to him. He fought with confidence and aggression, landing combinations, winning rounds, shocking the boxing world. In Ali's corner between rounds, Dundee played his part perfectly. He yelled at Ali to wake up, to fight harder, to move more. But the instructions he gave were specifically designed to keep Ali fighting the way they'd planned, defensively, passively, just competitive enough to make it interesting, but not dominant enough to win. By round 8, it was clear Spinks was winning the fight. The crowd was stunned. The announcers were in disbelief. Is this really happening? Is Leon Spinks about to become heavyweight champion of the world? In round 10, Ali had a moment of doubt. He could feel how easily he could turn this fight around if he wanted to. One good combination, one flash of the old Ali's speed and power, and Spinks would fold. The temptation to win, to not go through with the plan, was overwhelming. Dundee saw it in his eyes between rounds. "Stick to the plan, champ," he said quietly. "7 more months and you'll be champion again, richer than you've ever been." Ali nodded and went back out to round 11. He continued the performance. The final bell rang, 15 rounds completed. Ali knew he'd lost. The judges confirmed it. Split decision for Leon Spinks, new heavyweight champion of the world. The boxing world erupted in shock. Headlines screamed about the greatest upset since Ali beat Liston. Sports commentators analyzed what went wrong: Ali's age, his deteriorating skills, his lack of motivation. Everyone had a theory. Nobody had the truth. In the dressing room after the fight, Ali sat quietly while Dundee cleaned him up. Reporters would be coming soon, and Ali needed to play his part for them too, disappointed, frustrated, but gracious in defeat. "How do you feel?" Dundee asked quietly. "Like I just betrayed everything I stand for," Ali said, "but also like I just made the smartest business decision of my life." The immediate aftermath was exactly what Don King had predicted. The rematch was announced within weeks. The New Orleans Superdome, September 15, 1978, 7 months away. Ali's chance to reclaim his title. The buildup was massive. The entire sports world would be watching. And the money was even better than King had promised. Ali's purse for the rematch, $8 million. Combined with his $3.5 million from the first fight, Ali would make $11.5 million across both fights, nearly triple what he would have made just winning the first fight and retiring. The rematch itself was never in doubt. Ali trained seriously this time. He came in at his best weight in years. He fought with the speed and skill that had been mysteriously absent in the first fight. He dominated Spinks over 15 rounds and won a unanimous decision to become the first 3-time heavyweight champion in history. The world celebrated Ali's triumphant return. Nobody questioned why he'd been so much better in the rematch than in the first fight. They just assumed age and motivation had caught up with him temporarily, and now the real Ali was back. The secret stayed buried for 34 years. Angelo Dundee took it to his grave, almost. In January 2012, Dundee was dying of heart failure in a Florida hospital. His family was gathered around him. One of his sons asked him about his biggest regrets in boxing. Dundee was quiet for a long time. Then he said, "The Spinks fight, the first one." "What about it?" his son asked. "We threw it," Dundee said. "Ali could have won. He could have knocked Spinks out in round 3 if he'd wanted to. But we had a plan. We needed the rematch money. So he lost on purpose." The family was stunned, but Dundee wasn't finished. "Don't judge him," Dundee said. "Ali needed that money, and it worked. Nobody ever knew. Until now." Dundee died a month later, February 1, 2012. His family debated whether to share what he'd revealed. Eventually, his son Jimmy Dundee gave an interview to a boxing journalist in late 2012, and the story came out. The boxing world was split. Some people were outraged. Ali had cheated, had manipulated fans, had disrespected the sport. Others understood. He'd done what he needed to do financially, and he'd done it in a way that actually enhanced the sport's drama and gave fans an incredible rematch. Sports analysts went back and studied the footage of the first Spinks fight with this new information. What they found was shocking. Ali dropped his left hand deliberately 47 times during the fight. 47 times! He'd never done that before in his career, and he never did it again in the rematch. In rounds where Ali could have pressed his advantage, he backed off. In exchanges where he could have hurt Spinks, he held back. The performance was so carefully calibrated that only someone who knew what to look for could see it. "Now that we know the truth, it's obvious," one boxing analyst said. "Ali was acting. He was giving a performance of a declining fighter. And he did it so well that he fooled the entire world for 34 years. Don King never confirmed the story, but he never denied it either. When asked about it in interviews, he would smile and say, "Muhammad Ali was the greatest actor and the greatest businessman in boxing history. Draw your own conclusions." Leon Spinks, who died in 2021, was asked about the allegations several times before his death. His answer was always the same: "I won that fight fair and square. I beat Muhammad Ali. Nobody gave me that victory. I took it." Whether Spinks genuinely didn't know about the arrangement or was simply protecting his own legacy, we'll never know. The ethical questions raised by this revelation are complicated. Did Ali cheat? Technically, yes, he didn't give his best effort in a professional fight. Did he break any rules? Not really. There's no law saying you have to fight as hard as you can. Did he betray the fans? Some would say yes. Others would say he gave them an incredible story, a shocking upset, and a triumphant comeback, which is exactly what entertainment is supposed to do. What's undeniable is that it worked. Ali made his money, paid his debts, secured his family's future, and retired as a 3-time heavyweight champion. The first Spinks fight is remembered as a stunning upset. The rematch is remembered as an inspiring comeback. Nobody who paid to watch either fight asked for their money back. And the truth is, this wasn't the only time something like this happened in boxing. The difference is that most fixed fights involve criminal organizations, gambling debts, or threats. Ali's arrangement was purely financial calculation between a fighter, his trainer, and his promoter. No mobsters, no violence, just business. In his later years, when Ali could no longer speak clearly due to Parkinson's disease, he was asked to write down his response to the allegations about the Spinks fight. He wrote 2 words: smart business. Whether you see it as corruption or calculation, betrayal or business acumen, depends on your perspective. What's certain is that Muhammad Ali, the man who gave up his heavyweight title in 1967 rather than compromise his principles on Vietnam, was willing to compromise those same principles in 1978 when the price was right. Maybe that makes him a hypocrite, or maybe it makes him human. A man who stood on principle when he was young and idealistic, but made practical decisions when he was older and desperate. A man who was both the greatest and also just a man trying to take care of his family. The Spinks fight will forever be complicated now. It's both a genuine upset and a calculated performance. It's both a shameful secret and a brilliant business move. It's both Ali at his worst and Ali at his most strategic. And that might be the most honest truth about Muhammad Ali. He was always complicated, always more than one thing, always capable of being both the hero and the hustler, sometimes in the same moment. If this story challenges what you thought you knew about Ali, good, because the real Ali was never simple. He was brilliant and flawed, principled and pragmatic, honest and calculating. He was the greatest boxer and the greatest showman, and sometimes the greatest actor. The first Spinks fight was theater, incredibly expensive, brilliantly executed theater, and for 34 years, nobody knew they were watching a performance. That's not just fighting, that's art.